What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dad's Rad Ford's YouTube channel. Yep, you see it behind me. You saw the thumbnail. It's a freaking Chevrolet. Well, guess what? It's a Corvette. Got two Corvettes. Got two C5 Z06s chilling in the garage this morning. This one belongs to a good friend of mine, longtime car guy buddy, who's always had cool cars. This one's in here for a clutch. So, if any of you guys are halfway familiar with these modern Corvette platforms, transmission in the back, big old American V8 in the front. We got a disconnect. So, got a torque tube, all this kind of stuff. So, basically, long story short, all the rear suspension, the rear diff, all this stuff out of these Corvettes has to come out to do a clutch. It's not like your Fox body Mustang where you just jack it up, pull your H-pipe off, pop the trans out, you're doing a clutch, and you're back ripping in a matter of a few hours. These are a little more involved. The main reason I wanted to bring you guys along, first of all, because I freaking like Z06 Corvettes. Okay, if y'all like them or not. All my Ford guys out there that are, oh, this is a Ford channel, you're a diehard Ford guy. Everything else is junk. Guess what? Everything else ain't junk. I can be a Ford guy and still appreciate other things. Let's be real, guys. Like, I love my Fords. Dude, Z06 Corvette. If you don't know, do yourself a favor and do just a little bit of research and you'll see that this is an amazing platform of a car that crazy affordable for what it is, for what you're getting. And yeah, I don't need to talk no more. Let's get the transmission out of this thing. First thing that's got to be done is this top portion of the center console has to come out so I can get and just take the shifter handle off so we can pull the shifter assembly out with the torque tube and stuff. So yeah, we'll pop this center console off, then we'll get underneath the car. Okay, so center console is apart. It's stupid easy. The interior of these cars is actually crazy easy to get apart. A couple of torque screws here and here by the ignition switch. You pop out this little the recirc vent thing or whatever it's called, and then a couple of tins in the console here. Pop your shifter out. This has some kind of aftermarket shifter. I don't remember which one it is, but okay, now we can get the car on the lift and continue on. So C5 Corvette, this is basically goes the same for a C6 also. Doing a clutch, yep, it's up there, but you got to start back here. Odd, right? Especially for you Mustang guys, you're like, where are you going with that thing? In the rear, I start by pulling the rear wheels off. We're going to take the caliper off, just hang it out of the way. Upper control arm, I take the strut loose from the top mount and just let it hang, so it's going to come down with the subframe. This whole subframe is coming out together. E-brake cables, ABS sensor, all that kind of stuff. We got to get unplugged and moved out of the way. So I'll probably set you up a little time lapse. We're just literally going to pull these two bolts out of the upper arm, these two bolts out of the shock and the caliper, and that's all you do on the wheel sides because the tie rod end, sway bar, and all that stuff stays with the subframe, so you can kind of pull this. Believe it or not, the car is designed to be worked on. I know it seems like crazy. A lot of you old timer guys will be like, oh, they don't make them like they used to. I remember my full 4-speed Muncie, I pop that thing. Yeah, I know you could. Still, this thing is a race car, but it's still designed to be worked on, to be serviced. It is a lot of work, but it's really not that bad because it comes apart pretty easy. There's no bolts that are too crazy hard to get to. There is some, but anyways, let's get these control arms loose. If you guys are doing this at home on your own Corvette and you got any suspension upgrades like shock, struts, anything in mind, now's the time to do it because you're taking half of the stuff off. Just food for thought for you guys out there. You want to mod your car up a little bit while you got stuff apart. Save yourself a little time. You can get it done. Okay, I got 215s I'll get from there. Okay, that's about it. I got an e-brake cable to take loose. Once I get it up in the air, I'll do that. I'm gonna move to the other side and then we'll get you on the bottom and show you. Once I show you the bottom side of this, if you're not familiar with it, you'll kind of understand how things work. Rear mounted trans, torque tube to the clutch. You basically have, if you can imagine, like you basically have a super long input shaft out of the front of your trans. It's not rocket surgery, just different. Okay, now we've made our way under the car. Got our stuff loose on the wheel end sides. E-brake cables are now hanging down. Got all that stuff loose. I couldn't recall if I gotta take these hard lines loose or not. It looks like I kind of do. It's either take the hard line loose or pop the axle shaft out of the way to get it up and past there. But here's our trans. This is the back of the car. T56 in the back. Leads to what they call the torque tube up to the front, and it has just a normal bell housing. Once you get up here, it's normal clutch stuff, just like anything else in the world. Clutch, pressure plate, throw-up bearing, all that stuff. So, yep, all the exhaust has got to come down. It's actually, I did my own car. This one should be a little bit easier because mine has long tubes on it. Like everything I own, let's put headers on it, it'd be so cool until you got to work on it, and it sucks. Mine, I had to take the headers off. This one, we can just drop these stock exhaust pipes down. Also, I'm gonna let you guys hear this thing once we're done. Stock manifolds and cats, and this thing chops the house down. It sounds really good. It was actually my inspiration. I didn't finish filming the video on camming my TBSS, but it's still manifolds and cats. My wife behind the camera right now, she can vouch. It sounds amazing. Still got to finish tuning it. But yeah, anyways, manifolds, cats, it's a chopper. So you guys out there got a vet and you want to do cam only, we'll show you how this thing sounds. And yeah, anyways, probably gonna set you up on a time lapse because it takes a little bit. I don't remember exactly every little thing. So we're probably gonna get the time lapse and get the exhaust off of it. Then the last couple of bits that I need. Now, so I'm gonna have to put my trans jack back here, start loosening this stuff and dropping it down, and probably a pole jack in the front because we're taking, this is coming down all with the torque tube. We're gonna take all of this whole section down as one piece so we can service it, the clutch and stuff, and then we put it all right back up there. So yeah, let's get to that. Okay, rear subframe, trans, all that, including the torque tube is lowered down. You don't gotta take it all the way out. I just take it down low enough to get it out of here. Got the bell housing popped off, two-piece bell housing. You have to take it apart to get it out. Here's our clutch and pressure plate and all that. So we're going to get to swapping this stuff out. Our new hydraulic slave cylinder goes here. So we're gonna swap this stuff, get it right back in there, and yeah, something else I was gonna tell you all about, I don't know. Oh yeah, if you take the half shafts out, both sides, then you don't gotta mess with the brake lines because they'll come up past it. Just something, that way you don't gotta mess with bleeding the freaking brakes, you know? It's easier for me to just pop the half shafts. I've already got all the suspension apart, so I can just pop the half shaft out of here, pop it out of here. When I'm going back in, just put them in there. You don't gotta worry about bleeding the brakes and all that crap. Got to get your wife to help you bleed the brakes, and it's hot and she's ready to go in about the first time she pumps the pedal. You don't know the deal. Okay, and we're back on our Corvette clutch project. We had a wrong part debacle. Customer supplied wrong part. We had some mismatched stuff, some C5 and some C6 stuff. Anyways, we got a nice McLeod clutch, correct for the car, release bearing / slave cylinder, and we are ready to go. So I'm about to get all of this up in the car so we can put all of that back inside there and get this thing put together today. right, we got this unit back together. I got my center console all back in like it's supposed to be. Clutch bled out. Corvette guys, speed bleeder for the win. You can literally open the speed bleeder, put it in the reservoir, pump your pedal a couple times. It's kind of like bench bleeding a master cylinder, and you got a pedal. So, all right, make sure it still cranks and runs and does all that cool stuff. Let's, this thing has a pretty rowdy cold start, so we'll get you a cold start clip. Everything started, cranked up fine, clutch pedal feels great, it goes in and out of gear, but I've got like a rotational noise that, not sure what it is, I don't know. I don't know if it's one of the little, these LSs have little plastic pieces for the starter, and on the other side, maybe you got one, I don't know, we'll see. It's definitely a rotational noise. All right, I found my little rotational noise. These LSs have a black plastic shield on the starter side and a little one on the opposite side. This one down here, I had a little bit off, it was hitting the flywheel, but clutch feels great. We're gonna go drive this thing, see how she does. Goes right in reverse. All right, driving this here C5Z. Clutch feels fantastic. Goes right through the gears. Feels nice, great clutch. It's a McLeod clutch, factory style release bearing stuff, but yeah, it feels great. Everything feels nice and solid. No, I don't feel anything, anything loose or crazy. All right, you just seen us driving it, cruising this Corvette around. Clutch feels fantastic. He had said it was typical. I think mainly his problem was the slave cylinder, because it just sometimes wouldn't have a pedal and the clutch wouldn't engage. Feels money now. Nice firm pedal, it's all bled out, feels great, drives good, sounds good. So I'm gonna end this one off here. Appreciate y'all hanging around, hanging out with me in the shop, working, pulling some wrenches, getting another hot rod back on the road. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, drop us a comment. Stay the raddest.